Welcome to CWI's first virtual globalization mock trial. To begin, globalization has been accused of needlessly and recklessly causing political, economic, geographic, and social destruction resulting from the growth of the global economy. We're going to take a look at all of the charges that globalization is being accused of, and ultimately we're going to determine, is globalization guilty or not guilty? And just a note, in the American criminal justice system, the burden of proof is going to be on the prosecution. So the prosecution must prove that globalization is guilty. If the defense can show that any of the evidence produced by the prosecution is not very strong, then globalization will be determined to be not guilty. So let's take a look at the first charge. Globalization is being charged with the crime of exploitation of labor, specifically paying workers in poor countries less than a minimum or less than a living wage, or a wage that they can live off of. This forces workers to work for long hours with insufficient or no breaks, as well as intimidating them through physical and emotional abuse, permitting child labor, which means, of course, children are not going to school, and subjecting workers to hazardous work environments with inadequate lighting, inadequate ventilation, inadequate PPE, exposure to chemicals and pesticides, unbearable temperatures, and other substandard working conditions. The second charge that globalization is being accused of is economic decline in periphery and semi-periphery countries. So essentially, poverty and increased poverty in periphery and semi-periphery countries. So globalization is being charged with this crime, which results in the dumping of goods and the resulting of reduction of prices of locally produced items, the elimination of protectionist economic policies that could protect people's jobs, decreasing the growth of local industry, and the removal of educated citizens to developed countries. Okay, the third charge is the economic decline in core countries. So this would be mainly a result of cheap labor and outsourcing, as core countries are experiencing a loss of jobs and a loss of industries that entire communities rely on. Additionally, they're becoming more dependent on cheap imported goods that negatively impact small businesses or local businesses. Okay, charge number 4, destruction of the environment. So globalization is being charged with the crime of destroying the environment, as unregulated free trade can lead to the pollution of rivers and other bodies of water with toxic waste, the use of land pesticides and herbicides, which of course destroy natural habitats, and upsetting the balance of ecosystems, an increase of CO2 levels, which contributes to climate change and increased extreme weather patterns, and the escalation of deforestation. Okay, charge number 5, globalization is being charged with the crime of decline in global health, as infectious diseases are spreading rapidly due to the movement of people as migrant workers, or the movement of people just through increased transportation technology across borders. Charge number 6, globalization is being charged with the crime of the destruction of traditional culture. So as multinational corporations from Western countries increase trade and develop, and technology makes Western culture accessible in the most remote places in the world, traditional cultures are disappearing. Okay, so if we were going to hold a real mock trial, you would be dressing up like attorneys and witnesses from all over the world and acting out parts in class over a period of 3 days. But because we're in a virtual learning environment, we are going to hold the trial synchronously on February 12th, which is a Friday, and Tuesday, February 16th, as well as during your own asynchronous time. And we are going to be using Padlet. So what this does is it gives you options. You can you can attach documents that have your witness affidavits or statements in them. You can ask questions and do your cross-examinations using the text feature. Or you can create video and attach video. Or you can create audio. And that can be used for your testimonies, or that can be used for your attorney's questionings. We can vote as a jury on the statements that have the strongest evidence. So all of this is just a way for us to be able to conduct a trial while using social distancing. As always, we're going to complete each preparation step using the playlist. So the end of the playlist will be the Padlet with the trial, with the quote unquote trial. So what I need you to remember to do is just follow instructions very carefully. Make sure that you're interacting every day with something on the playlist to make sure that you're managing your time, and that you're making sure that you ask questions when something doesn't seem clear, because I am here for you throughout the whole process. This is one of the best ways to really, truly understand globalization, and I hope that you guys have a good time with it.